Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this tutorial from VisualSoft Company about building a workflow graphically using innovBase platform. We will make leave request workflow graphically. Here we have a leave request contains following data. Employee name, replacement name, some details, start date and end date. Also, there is another tab for extra notes. To start building the workflow, right-click Workflow. Here we see the document which we will use, and here the steps for it. In the beginning, we have security icon. Here we can prevent editing after sending the request, prevent editing after approval, and allow editing after rejection. Here, for example, I am preventing editing after rejection. We can prevent users from showing records which was created by their colleagues, so employee can see his records only. This can be done through restrictions. This can be applied for one group of users or for all groups. We select the field on whom records will be filtered and the value to be current user for the system. Also, we can hide a tab in a screen for some users through exhibitions. Here, normal users will not be able to see Notes tab. So we have exhibitions here. We can add some validations to assure good and correct entries. I will add notification to be shown when end date equal start date. Here we set the formula to compare between two values, end date and start date. Start date. Let's set approvals. From here I add requester name. First, check this to inform the system that this document has approvals, and I add an employee name as requester. Also, I select the report to be sent as PDF attachment with the request email. Here's the requester and message sent and notification for sender. Then we add sequences groups. It is unlimited number of groups, 2, 3, 4 or more. It is unlimited. First kind is all must. Here I will select the replacement by adding formula. This formula and select the field here. Default approver is system administrator in case formula failed in retrieving data. And here direct manager according to the existing hierarchy. Also default approver is system administrator. We can add stored procedures to be executed on approval and rejection when this sequence is finished. Also, we can run some web services on some websites. Now we can see sequence bugs, and after approval, the notification will be sent. I will add another sequence of ad hoc and single type. I add to users and save. Here we see the second sequence. We can add escalation if this approver did not respond during 2 days. For example, request is escalated to higher manager. So we notice here the escalation elements. We can add some stored procedures as events when approval is done. We want to execute this stored procedure similarly at sending the request or at rejection. Of course, web services can be run also. This service take a parameter which is employee name. So they appeared here, event and web service. There are more kinds of events which you can use at open, create, before modify, after modify. These events can be set from here. Also, you can send a parameter to selected stored procedures. There are extra options while using approvals like consultations. Let's create a new leave request and this is start date and end date. Save. Notice this is the notification. Before we see the approvals or decision support screen, we have to be sure that web service address is set. And here we can set a service to be run at record opening to fetch required info. Here I am sending required parameters. If the service will return a result, I can select the field where result is stored in same screen. By the way, you can check this option to expose leave request screen on the web portal, and this option to expose it to the mobile application which is linked to this database. After sending the request through web portal, manager can accept through his email or reject and write the reason after a colon. All this can be done through email without need to use the system itself. We notice this mark here, which allows the programmer to test it on internet directly. Just log in and display the record. Now we go to decision support. From approvals tab, I can accept or reject and view the document. Or consult another user by this option. Notice now we reached second sequence and single approve is not enough and the other approver respond is needed. Now request is approved. Let's see more options regarding reminders. You can reach it from properties of required field in reminders tab. I will add the address and select the report which will show the results, and I set here the condition end date bigger than current date -3. Let's refresh. Here we see reminder box in the workflow graph. We can add another stage after leave request as flight reservation. Drag using middle button of your mouse and save. Here is the second stage, which is ready to build its own workflow. This workflow contains many documents. Finally, let's mention that there is an option for forwarding approvals from an employee to another during his absence. Also, ability to delegate some requests to another employees can be done by the approver himself or by system administrator using this screen. Now we reached the end of this tutorial. For more details, please refer to the other video on our website. regarding workflow. Thanks for watching. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.